Welcome back, guys. Another episode of Talkmen Tuesday. Sawyer and Angel Corrado. Just two dudes being dudes.
Dudes being dudes. Perfect.
And with that being said, we're just going to go right into the intro. Wait for it. It's going live.
It's Tuesday, Talkmen Tuesday. Everybody's looking forward to the podcast, yeah. Tuesday, Talkmen Tuesday. Everybody's looking forward to the podcast, yeah.
Boom, chicken wow.
Chicken wow wow.
So, guess what Riverside just came out with?
Hopefully technology that actually works and doesn't need to be updated all the time. Oh, wait. What did they come out with?
They came out with this software, like, edit that, like, it helps you mark clips. So now it basically helps you edit the podcast into clips way faster. And how you want, like, instead of, like, manually having to, like, have one picture or frame how you want it, it has the software where it helps you through the process. It makes it 10 times easier.
Interesting.
Well, they just announced it right now. Supposedly it's supposed to be 10 times easier, but we'll see how it goes.
Well, they said that a lot about a lot of other pieces on the platform, but I digress.
Somebody bitter.
I'm just bitter because my Microsoft, I was going to say Microsoft Office, my internet browser does not need to be updated every 2 weeks. That is bizarre. But here we are.
Alright, so now we have like actual markers where we can mark. Where like it, if we ask a question, we could like clip it, and I don't have to do it manually with like the whole.
That makes your life easier.
Yes. Which, you know how like I said I got this laptop to do that? I haven't done it yet.
Well, now you can. Well, you could use Riverside to do it for you.
Yeah. And hopefully it'll help with the whole process and stuff with it. Okay. With that being said, I'm going to go right into a Would You Rather, and then we'll go to like our what we did this week. Are you cool with that?
Alrighty.
So I'm going to put a marker
No, I
to
hate
test
that idea.
it. It's like, that was a marker. Okay. Mark. Clip created from marker. Mark clip. Boom. Now I'm going with like Would You Rather ones. Okay. Okay. Sure. Since you already had a wedding, so I guess this would make it easier for you. Would you rather have a huge event wedding or a small one? And use the money you save to go on an amazing honeymoon. Go big or go on vacation. Both have their pros and cons.
I would rather have a COVID wedding where you don't really get a choice in the matter. No, I would say I liked our wedding size. It was like a small, medium-ish size, which I think is pretty solid. So I would say smaller wedding where you can live it up on the honeymoon or trip afterwards.
How many guests did you have on your wedding guest list?
Oh, I have no idea. That is not a question for me.
So we know who took care of that.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of like how many tables. About 5, 6, by like 8, 24 times 5. Like what? 120, 110.
There were like, I don't know, there were probably like 30-ish tables. Because I know we did each table number, we put a picture of us at that age. But then there were more than 26 at the time tables. So we were like, well, what do we do for the rest? So I'd say probably like 30-ish tables. And then, I don't know, 5 to 7 people at each. So like 150-ish, 180-ish.
That was a pretty big wedding.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was
but
it's pretty big size, but like most of the people that were there were family. Just because friends like that weren't in the wedding itself had trouble getting there, or like it was in the weird part of COVID too, where it was. So I could have seen it. I could see it being larger if we were able to invite everybody and all that stuff. So, but
yeah. Medium-sized wedding, small wedding, or big wedding? The honeymoon. I don't know. It's like I have a big ass family. From my dad's side, we have like 10 aunts and uncles, and they all have families. So that's like times 10 by like 5. That's 50 right there. And that's like the older they get, the more are coming in.
Yep.
I probably do large wedding, just because my family's big enough. And then honeymoon. We'll have a decent size for the budget for the honeymoon.
The honeymoon's like the fun part because like you're relaxed finally because all the stress is gone. Like you're just chilling.
Relaxing.
So I feel like you can make your honeymoon great if it's big or small. Like the honeymoon isn't really the piece of it, I guess, unless you're going to some like crazy exotic place or something like that.
Yeah,
but
like you're booked all day or something with like different.
Yeah.
Some people just go on honeymoon and go on an island and just like chill at the beach, and they'll be like, okay with that. Yeah, like,
I'm okay with that.
yeah, and have like dinner or something, and then that's like that's the only expense. You're like, chilling at the beach sounds really nice.
Yep.
Especially after planning a wedding, which yeah, it's a lot of stress, which I can only imagine because I'm not married.
I'd have to ask Candace on that one if it was stressful for her. I contributed to the fun stuff, like the food.
We're organizing our Christmas party 4 days before Christmas.
Oh, there you go.
We have, like, dad's side of the family all lives near Champaign-Urbana, so people aren't agreeing to terms of like what's gonna happen. So like,
yeah,
there's like a big group chat. And I think my dad's finally like just trying to be the one in charge. Be like, okay, here's that we're gonna have this party at this place. Everybody's welcome. If you're not going, just let me know. No hard feelings, and then go from there.
Yeah,
they wanted to have it in another place, but a lot of people felt it would be too small for everybody to go in, and then it's just uncomfortable it being too small.
Yeah.
People having to stand up, and then it was just like here and there. Like, I thought it was the only family. I'm like, sometimes it is, but like my parents are very social and they invite people. You do anything for Christmas? You have nothing to do? Come join us.
It's very welcoming. Yes. There are worse qualities to have.
Now we just gotta remind my dad to remind like how many people he invites, so then we have enough food for the people that we invite to the family gathering. Last time there was not enough food for everybody, so some people were bitter about that. It's like, oh, okay, bring extra food. Got it. So,
or come earlier.
That too. What are Sawyer's Christmas plans?
We're kind of doing a blend between my family and, I guess, all my family, but between my parents and Candace's parents. And so Candace's parents are coming up and spending the night and everything at her brother's. And so they are coming up Thursday. And they're staying, I think they're coming up tomorrow. And they're staying tomorrow and Thursday. And then they're leaving. And then we are going to hang out with them for Thursday night. And then we are going to be hanging out with my family Friday night and Saturday night. And so, kind of like a little sprinkling of stuff there. But we'll have enough time to try to do our own stuff, but at the same time get the family time in. So it should be pretty nice.
Mm-hmm. I always thought it was funny if I ever married like quote unquote like an American girl. I thought it'd be hilarious, and it would like always work out if our families like lived nearby, because my family celebrates Christmas on like Christmas Eve. So yeah, our Christmas party is Christmas Eve, open gifts at midnight, and we're like solid. That's it.
Yeah, there you go.
And then like what? Honestly, most Americans celebrate Christmas on Christmas Day. The dinner's a big part. Wake up to open presents. I'll ask you, how do you celebrate Christmas?
Yeah, so growing up, what my family did was we would usually, it depends. Sometimes we would go to like 3 o'clock mass on Christmas Eve. Sometimes we would do midnight mass on Christmas Eve. It just kind of varied. But so let's say we did 3 o'clock mass. Then what we would do after that is go out to a nicer dinner or something like that after it with like the entire family. Then we would go back to somebody's house and do like a mini Christmas with like my cousins and stuff like that. And then we would go home, and then when we woke up we would do my own family's Christmas then. And so we would kind of get both, and then it was usually like a nicer-ish type of lunch that would give you leftovers going into dinner, and then you just eat the lunch leftovers at dinner. And so it would be like this year we're doing a ham, like a honey baked ham for lunch. And so you eat some of the ham then, and then it kind of goes into the next meal.
Makes sense.
But the majority of it is happening on Christmas itself.
Okay.
It's just like the big family aspect of it. That's what's Christmas Eve. But then like your own family is on Christmas Day.
Okay. Makes sense.
So we would kind of be in the same boat if my family didn't do our own thing then on Christmas Day.
Yeah. I'm trying to think like, yeah, that would work. Okay. That's it. I finally hit level 38 on Pokemon Go.
Heyo.
I can finally nominate places on my own account.
On your own account. And just think, you could have been able to do this like just now if you didn't buy that other account. But where would the fun in that be?
Think about it now. It probably would have taken me 2 months of like legit Pokemon Go, like playing the game for like
just grinding
an hour a day to an hour. Yep. Gifts. I think gifts, if you do it daily, 2 months, you could probably, and then if you stack up your friendship bonuses, like lucky eggs, you could probably do it in 2 months, maybe 3. But we'll see what happens. Ooh.
So did you officially pass Mark then?
Yes.
He's
still level 37.
I thought he was,
like 2.1 XP on level 37. I'm like 600,000 in to level 38.
Jeez.
You can tell how much more I put.
Woo!
Those friendship bonuses do wonders. If it wasn't for that, I would be nowhere near him. And he's like, "You're cheating. You went to YouTube to see all the tips and tricks." I'm like, "Don't you always do that?"
That's not cheating. You could have done that too.
Well, my newer account is level 27, so I'm thinking I could bring it back up if I kind of do similar. But now that I'm like past Mark, I'm trying to be like, I don't have to full on max out sending the gifts per day, because that's just exhausting. So like 20.
You gotta take a little breather.
Yeah. Don't have to do like the full on hour to max out all gifts. And I'm like, yeah, I'll be good. Get to level
because
40
now what next level gives you anything? Because like the good thing about your current level now is that you can nominate things. I mean, is there any perk to being a higher level at this point? Like, do you get access to anything else, or?
I honestly don't think so. After it used to be level 40 was the max, but then they lifted it up to level 50. And after 40, it's not just XP, but like tasks they have to accomplish.
Yeah.
Like catch 200 Pokemon a day. That's one for like level 40. Like
200 Pokemon a day?
Yeah, for like one full day. You better go downtown. Yeah.
Oh my.
200.
What? You'd be looking at, like, unless you had like the auto catcher thing, you'd be looking at your phone the entire day, just swiping on things. That is. What do you get from that?
A lot of XP in Pokemon.
I would hope so. I mean, jeez.
Ooh, what are your New Year's plans? Do you have New Year's plan? Because I really, I don't know why I asked this, because I still don't have any New Year's plan.
Yeah, I don't think I've got any either. When we were living in the city before COVID, we would go and see the same band every single year because they always did like a little concert in Chicago. So we would go to wherever they were going because they were like a cover band. But then COVID, and I don't think we... Oh, that's a lie. Then the first year of COVID, when everything was getting shut down, I guess it was right before COVID when there was kind of hints about it. We went to this like... It was like an adult arcade type of thing where you could play like video games and stuff, like a Dave and Buster's kind of thing, like carnival games. We went to that. I don't think we did anything the next year, and so I don't know what our plans are this year or anything. Watch I say then Candace is like, Sawyer, we have plans. But I don't think we've got anything that's going on. So
We've got our plans. We'll probably make up plans like 4 or 5 days beforehand. Another. Ooh. Oh, here's another would you rather question.
Yep.
It has to do with that. Ooh, I still gotta send you the Gary V book. He sold over 1 million books for his book launch.
I got your other book. Did you see my Snapchat on it? I go doing some casual reading.
Who sends their friends Dave Ramsey books? Only Angel.
But it was, we were expecting one package that day that it came, and then Candace is like, there are 3 packages out here, and I'm like, what the heck? And so one of them was what we expected. It was a cat carrier for like if we're traveling with our newest cat, and then the other one was the old homeowners accidentally sent something here, so we have to send it back. And then it was the book, and I'm like, oh, that's so funny that you actually sent this. It's like an early Christmas gift.
Yeah. So, would you rather be in debt for $100,000 or never be able to make more than $3,500 a month? The real question is, do you believe in yourself? Can you claw your way out of debt and make a ton of money? Or is 3.5 good with you and it's not worth chancing it with that amount of debt?
I mean, I'm saying I'm gonna go for the $100K in debt. Yeah, it would suck. It would suck a lot. But I feel like if you manage it properly, like you can get out of that
3,500
in like a year and a half.
42,000 a year, or 100,000 in debt. You said you.
I mean, the thing is, I've done both. Like not the $100K in debt piece, but like I've lived off of the $42K a year. Like, it's doable. It's just like, do you want to do it again type of thing? But both of them are definitely manageable. But I'd go with the $100K in debt just so. I don't know. It's up to. I mean, just money managing. That's what I'm going with.
Yeah, like $3,500 a month. I'm like, is that including like you were married or whatnot?
Do you both get it?
Yeah, because like $3,500 a month to feed a family, you go strictly like on a budget.
Yeah, I'm not sure if, like, doing that now with my house and the mortgage and all the bills and stuff, like, how much money that would leave me left over. I feel like I'd have to sell the house. And then I'd be fine.
Yeah, I could be in debt for $100,000. What, mortgage is usually like that, right?
I mean, that's the thing. It's like, technically, I'm in it for a lot worse than that. And I'm still surviving, barely, but I'm still here.
But a mortgage is like the only acceptable one that's like, hey, it's appreciated an asset. It's not necessarily like a car. That thing goes.
It's the only acceptable type of debt.
Yeah.
To be going in.
So yeah, probably $100,000 in debt. And then, yeah, I just have to live like I'm living now. Pay it off, I'm good. I talked to one of my friends. We're gonna take his name out, but he wanted to say like he already accepted that he's gonna have like payments for his student loan for like a very long time. I'm like, what? You can pay that off easily in 3 or 4 years. He's like, what? And I have no life. I'm like, yeah, that's the point.
That's what you do. You don't have a life for a couple of years, but then you're debt free, and then you feel good, and then you can live it up.
Yeah, because like right now we're like, yeah, it's like our age, so like we're just like chilling. We don't have that much payments or whatnot. But once kids come in, like mortgage, house, everything, you're like,
Yeah.
So that's kind of also what made me want to like give everybody the book. Plus, it was a really good offer. That I don't know why I felt good taking advantage of the offer and giving it to my friends.
Yeah, you just look at whatever silver lining you can find on buying that many books.
Yeah. Oh, this is a good offer, but like my friends never asked for it. And then the Gary Vee book.
You're just looking out for everybody.
Yeah. There's always those stories of like the debt-free scream. They have like people present themselves, like how much debt they got, and they share their story of like their journey, how they went through it. And a lot of them start with like, X, Y, and Z gave me this book. I didn't read it for a lot of years, but then like when things hit the fan, I thought it'd be good, like a good book to read. So I'm like,
so you're trying to be that person for everybody.
Plant the seed, and then if like shit hits the fan or whatnot, to like this book might be good. Like yeah, it's basically don't have a life.
I hope I can read it without the stuff hitting the fan and still get some stuff out of it. So I'm appreciative of it.
There you go. Thank you.
No, thank you.
Now you just gotta wait for this one. This was just strictly for the NFTs.
How many of those did you get?
10 NFTs.
10.
Because you get one NFT for 12 books that you bought. He sold over 1 million. And so, I think there's like, I'm not sure, it was like 120,000 NFTs. But like he's announcing the NFT that he made. Something to do with games, and they'll be playing. And it should be interesting. Ooh. I gotta warn people about a crypto scam that one of my friends were basically somebody messages you on Instagram saying they'll pay you for an advertisement of whatnot of I'm not sure how they sold it to her, but basically make a video saying this thing's really good and they should try it. And they'll get paid like $150. They do it, they click the link, then their account gets hacked. And this thing is like, hey, I invested, let's say $500 on this crypto thing and got back like thousands of bucks only for like 5 hours later. Shoot me a message just like, I'll teach you how. And so then they get their friends involved and they try to get like their money information into it, and they get scammed out of the money. So basically,
Jeez.
don't take investment advice from DMs or Instagram stories.
From a random DM stranger.
Because she's like, yeah, my friend told me I could advertise for her crypto thing. She'd pay me, and like, I thought it was harmless, and like, but then she got hacked, and they posted the video of her, and so people asked her what did she do, what did she have to do to make that much amount of money, and they got their money taken away. So.
Jeez. And then those people get a post, and those people, and then it just kind of escalates.
Yeah. So I wonder if she'll get her account back or not.
Yeah. That's tough.
Mm-hmm. She's like, sorry guys, I thought it was harmless. Now you know, don't advertise for your friends.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ooh. I like these two. I saw her on market. I like this clip. Okay. Would you rather be constantly tired no matter how much you sleep, or constantly hungry no matter how much you eat? Assuming that there are no health problems besides that feeling of hunger and sleepiness. Wow, being exhausted would be rough, but being hangry all the time might be worse.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Two things that I hate being. Oh, man. I mean, the thing is, like, I can be, like, super annoyed when I'm hangry.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like being hangry, I lash out on other people because I'm hangry. Being tired, I'd be more, like, introverted about it and, like, not be as, I guess, like, outgoing about my tiredness. So I'm going to go tiredness just so I don't annoy everybody around me and I can still, like, talk with people. It would stink to always be tired, but I feel like for my professional and social and personal life, being tired all the time would be better than just being hangry.
It's sad that, like, yeah, I feel like I'm constantly tired all the time.
I know, I was going to say that. It's like, what's new? I mean, you see these bags, jeez.
Do you, like, you're tired throughout the whole day, and then, like, you settle in bed or whatnot, and, like, it's a good time to go to sleep. You know, if you sleep at that time that you laid in bed, you're going to be fine the next day. But then, you get all this burst of energy, and then, like, an hour or two later, you're just on your phone, and then it's like, you're only going to get 6 hours or 5 hours of sleep. Like, why?
See, my problem recently has been I've been waking up, like, multiple times in the night. And so, like, I'll go to bed at, like, my normal time, but then I'll just randomly wake up because, like, I'll hear something and then I'll wake up. Or something will happen. And then I feel like I go to bed, like, 3 separate times in the night.
Wait, so what do you do once you wake up? Do you go read a book?
No. I mean, I'm usually good about being able to fall right back asleep.
Ooh.
There's only been a couple of times where I haven't, and it's like, there's like a sweet spot. If I wake up like 2 hours before I'm supposed to, like 2 hours to an hour and a half before I'm supposed to actually get up, then I get in my own mind and I'm like, well, it's so close around the corner, like might as well just stay up. And then my mind just races. But like besides that, like I'm very good about falling back asleep. So I don't know if that says something about me or the mattress that I'm sleeping in, but
Dude, I also realized I've had my pillows for a very long time. And this is
do you have really flat pillows?
Yeah!
Yeah.
I'm like, why don't these flip up anymore? I'm like, Angel, you've had these for years. I'm like, you're right. I've had these for years. There's no support.
I had one pillow that I would have to like fold over just to get it to be like a decent height, and like it was still like too low, but like I can't fold it again, so I'm just like I would struggle with it. But this new pillow that I got, it's amazing. It's kind of like a memory foam, but like a lighter memory foam. I mean, if there's something to spend a little extra money on, it is definitely a good pillow because you could just tell the difference.
You gotta tell me what kind of pillow you have. Cause I saw a commercial about a square pillow, and that got me thinking about my own pillows, about how many years I've had my pillows. I'm like, yeah, they don't have any support left.
I'll definitely go and I'll check out what the brand of pillow that I've got is. It's good. It's my favorite all-time pillow that I've ever had.
Ooh.
Candace tried to take it one time, and I told her no, and I took it back. It's that good that I'm willing to get in a fight with my wife about taking my pillow.
That says something. Yeah. But to be on the same side, you should probably like buy her own pillow. Buy her that.
Well, so this was before, because now she has this weird pillow that it's like a rectangle, and it's got like a divot for your neck, and so because she was getting like neck pain, so she like has to get this special pillow. So she doesn't mess with my pillows now because she has her special pillow. But
it's like it's not as special as mine.
Stay away. I'll slap her hand next time she tries to take my pillow.
We got our cousin over. I think 2 weeks ago, and I usually have 2 pillows on my bed. And my sister was like, "Can we borrow a pillow?" I'm like, no. Jokingly, because I was like, I have 2 pillows. You use both of them? I'm like, yeah. One for my head and one to like hug.
Hey, it's true. I've got a hugging pillow that I use. Like,
and she was like, you need a body pillow. I'm like, those are a thing.
Oh yeah, I've got a body pillow too. I don't hug my body pillow. I usually throw it on the ground. One year for my birthday, all I wanted was a body pillow. Like, body pillows are nice.
I'm gonna look into that. Mm-hmm. I thought the weighted blanket would do it. It wasn't as good as I thought.
Oh really?
Yeah. It didn't work out too well. So now I just use it to like cover something else up. So I'm like, oh, okay.
See, I don't think I could ever use a weighted pillow. I don't feel like I would like the pressure on me. Like, I've heard good things about it. I just don't think like a weighted blanket. Sorry, I don't think a weighted blanket's for me.
Mm-hmm. I like the warmth of the blanket I usually have. It's like those typical Mexican blankets. I have one of those. And then I have another blanket that's thinner and like more lighter, which I like that feeling too. So then I could choose whether I want like the coolness of that light pillow, like that light blanket. I put it like, usually inside my warm blanket.
Hey, you got your sleeping strategy down.
Which I don't think it makes sense because like the outer layer of like my blanket's very hot, but the inside of it's cool, and so I'm like this is like perfect. And I got my light blanket, because it had like the same texture feeling of my, I guess I would say like typical like baby blanket I had, but it wasn't necessarily a baby blanket. It was more of like my parents' robe that I somehow converted into my own baby blanket.
Huh?
Did I tell you about that?
Okay.
My baby blanket was my parents' robe that I don't know why I found so much comfort in it that I just took it away from them and used it and just like sleep with it as like my baby blanket, and it was like a robe.
Interesting. And they're probably like, hey, whatever works. Just let him be happy. He's quiet with this thing.
My sister when she would be mean to me, she would hide it, and I would cry. And she's like, yeah, I would do that. It wasn't until we went on vacation to Guatemala that my mom strategically didn't take it on vacation. And for some reason, I understood that we were so far away from the United States and home that I couldn't get my blanket, so I didn't cry. And as soon as we went back home, she threw it away. Because it had holes. It was very old. She even bought me a new one that didn't have holes. But I'm like, no, it's not the same texture. It's not the same light feeling. I don't know what it was. But it was so comforting. Yeah. That's Angel's baby stories.
It's funny because I love when people talk about like what they had as like their comfort things too growing up, just because everybody has like their own different experience with it. Like there are some people that used one, but then like stopped using it as soon as they got older. Like they didn't need it as much anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Then you've got like those people that they have it, and it's like it was a normal blanket, but now it's literally just like threads, but they still have it, and it's just funny. Just to kind of hear everybody's different takes on their comfort things whenever they were growing up.
Well, there was actually a video of like that literally you just said. It's like mom thinking this would be a nice blanket for your baby. 24 years later, and they have like the little string of the baby.
Just a little string. Yeah.
Did Sawyer have any comforting either baby blankets or anything?
I had a little blue blanket that was kind of my comfort blanket. And I want to say, like, I stopped using it for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, maybe like, I want to say like 6 to 8 years old or something like that.
Mm.
But then I wasn't like stuffed I wasn't stuffed animals for a while. And stuffed animals were kind of like my comfort thing. And I feel like that went on to like 12 or something like that, or 13.
Was Sawyer ever scared of the dark?
I was scared of like the unknowns of the dark. Like I would always get in my head about like, oh, there's somebody in, like, so the way that my parents' house was is you walked upstairs and then there was a hallway, and it was my mom and dad's room, my sister's room. Then you walked a little bit more, then there was the bathroom, and then you walked a little bit more, and it was my bedroom and the guest bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
And the guest bedroom in my parents' current place used to be the old nursery of the people that lived there before. And so I would always get in my head about ghost stories about like, oh, like there's a baby that's haunting over there, and so like that's what would freak me out. And so I wasn't necessarily scared of the dark, but I was scared of like what could be over there type of thing. And so
The ghost of the baby.
yeah, exactly. And so like it's one of those things like a nightlight wouldn't necessarily help me just because there could still be something over there type of thing. So
The ghost was still there.
bum, bum, bum.
I think
What about you? Were you ever scared of the dark or anything?
I was scared of the dark. And then one particular room in our house, it had a huge window. And I don't know why I always thought like it's a window. It must be easily breakable. Somebody could snatch me up and take me. I'm scared of this room. So
Hey, fair. Fair. I hear that.
so I was always scared to sleep alone in that particular room.
Yeah.
Because the window was so big. Yeah. Other than that, if I was scared of the dark, and just not when I was little, definitely not being able to sleep without my robe.
Yeah. My blanket robe.
Blanket robe. My mom was like, "It has holes in it. I got you a new one." I'm like, "It's not the same texture."
Yeah, it's not the same. No.
And somehow I forgot about it once we went on vacation and came back. I'm like, "Oh, okay."
I'm good now, actually. Yeah, we're fine.
And then years later, I found a blanket that has a similar feeling to it. I'm like, "Oh." And
Did that then become your new thing?
basically,
Yeah.
yeah, it's so comforting. But I don't necessarily need it as much as when I was little. I can sleep without it.
Guys, let's just clear the air. I don't need the blanket to sleep anymore. I am good. It's just a nice to have.
It's really nice to have, okay? It's very comforting. And it's contrast to like how warm my other blankets are. I don't know why I do that. I have the outer layer is warm, and the inside layer is like very cool. And then like depending on how much warmth I want, it depends like how much of the other blanket I get.
Hey, it makes sense to me. Again, you got it down to a science.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh. So, would you rather live in a comfortable and peaceful life in the woods in a small cabin without much human interaction, or
No. That sounds absolutely terrifying. We just talked about how I don't like the unknowns. I Like, imagine what is going through my head during all of that. So whatever this next one is, I'm going for it.
A life full of conflict and entertainment in a mansion in a city. I like this question because it tells you a lot about what a person wants from life.
Wait, so either being alone in the wilderness in a cabin,
Peaceful,
or being in a mansion,
quote unquote, yeah, or being a mansion in the city. In the city, a mansion in the city. That's like, for sure, minimum $1 million, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, give me that. If I don't like it, I'll sell it, and then I'll live out my days somewhere else.
I was like, if you're in a city, in a mansion, minimum $1 million.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
That'd be nice. And then I would easily take the $100,000 debt question in the blink of an eye. Like, pay that off right away.
That would be amazing. And if you have like a mansion, you probably have like your own, whatever, like either bowling or like basketball court, theater. Just invite friends over. Your own like bar area. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
You want to do anything else? Boom.
Something that I like to do is go on like housing websites every once in a while, and you look up like super expensive houses in the area, and it's really fun to see just like what people have in their houses that there's like that are up for sale. Like there was one that had a full length Olympic size swimming pool, then they had a sauna and like all this stuff, and it's just like, dang, that must be nice, but why are you selling? Like, what happened to the bowling alley? Did you bust it? Is it tax fraud and you have to sell it? Give me the details.
Well, like 80% of people are living paycheck to paycheck. So that just crazy.
Yeah.
There was a telenovela, a Spanish soap opera, of like I don't know if it was the gardener or like the cleaning lady. One of the two was like trying to talk to the owner of the house, like talking about how like his paycheck's gonna be barely enough to pay the bills, and then comes like the owner and is like, same. Like, I'm in the same boat. My paycheck's gonna be just enough to pay the bill.
It's like, well, one of us could do something about it. The other one, not so much.
I was like, damn.
I mean, that just goes to show, too. It's like, that's definitely true. But it's like some people put more emphasis on their lifestyles, kind of, than maybe financial security. But, like, I don't know. It's just interesting to see what people put higher up on their priority lists.
Yeah. Okay. Snap. Okay. So, would you rather walk around work or school for the whole day without realizing there's a giant brown stain on the back of your pants, or realize the deadline for that important paper / project was yesterday, and you're nowhere near done? Public humiliation or academic failure? What is your poison of preference?
I'm just kind of thinking about like what excuses can you use? Like if you're doing the project one, like you could be screwed on that. Like if you try to create an excuse for it and like your excuse isn't accepted type of thing and you're just kind of out of luck. So I think just because of that, I'm going to go with the spot on your pants, walking around with it.
Public humiliation.
Yeah. Because, yeah, I'll live in the unknown, but, like, at the same time, I'll be like, well, maybe they didn't see it. Maybe they didn't see it. Maybe they didn't see it type of thing. But then I would think everybody saw it, too, and then I'd be like, oh, no, my life's ruined. But
I'll go with a giant brown stain. Got to give a great conversation starter.
Hey, remember when I had poop in my pants that one day? Hi, I'm Angel. Whatever works. Whatever works.
I think it'd be the easiest way for conversation starting for people to be like, when I meet somebody who can make fun of themselves, I think they're really cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. It's 100% true. There's a confidence that goes into that.
Okay. Okay. Do you have a question of the day, or do you want to do one more?
I've got a question of the day.
Okay,
if we want to
we'll do that.
do that. The question of the day is going to kind of tie back to what we were talking about before, but do you have something kind of comfort-wise growing up? And if you do you still have it, or kind of what condition is it in? Just to kind of get a gauge for what everybody is at with that. And so, you know Angel and my answers, but you can let us know your answers if you're listening to us on YouTube in the comments section below, or if you're listening to us on one of the podcast platforms and you want us to kind of hear your answer, you can email that to us at talkmentuesday@gmail.com, and we'll read through those funny answers or just your answers in general. And as well, if you have anything that you want us to talk about, you can let us know that in the comment section, or you can email us and we will try to talk about whatever topics you guys have on the front of your mind in next week's episode. But since this is going to be the last episode before Christmas, if you celebrate Christmas, happy holidays to everybody. Hopefully, if you're traveling, you have safe travels and everything like that. But we appreciate you guys for taking the time out of your days to connect with us. It was actually Angel's idea to talk about kind of Christmas traditions, so we stole the show on that one. But we look forward to talking with you guys more next week. But in the meantime, stay safe, social distance. Unless you're vaccinated, then you can go give somebody a hug and tell them you love them. But we will talk with you guys more next week.
Thank you, guys.
Peace.